Hi, this is Monica Walker from the Community College of Baltimore County. Today I'd like to talk about the use of formative assessment in the ALP classroom. This is a common classroom practice where with ALP in the second hour, faculty members will invite students to ask questions and to take the opportunity to clarify anything that may have been unclear that was presented in the English 101 class. Formative assessment in this case will help faculty to understand what their students know and perhaps what they have yet to learn based on the feedback that they receive from formative assessment activities. How many times have we as instructors invited our students to pose questions and we receive on the other end complete silence? This can certainly be disconcerting because we do have a desire to help our students to learn more, and when students perhaps are too shy or uncomfortable at the beginning of the semester to ask questions for fear of embarrassment, we still need to find ways to determine what they know and how we can help them to move forward in their learning. This forum will present some information about formative assessment strategies that you can use, a bit about research on formative assessment, and some practical tips and guidelines. Again, we do take the opportunity in the 052 class to ask students if they have any questions remaining from the English 101 class. And this activity of formative assessment does allow us, based on the feedback that we receive, the opportunity to make changes in our teaching and learning activities. Here are some advantages of using formative assessment with our ALP students, and the key words here are confidence and self-efficacy. Formative assessment does represent a low-stakes classroom activity where students can, without fear and with a safety net under them, take the opportunity to explore what they know and ask questions as needed. High-quality formative assessment always achieves these criteria. And I'd just like to highlight the key point here, the last point, that it provides feedback that engenders motivation and ultimately leads to improvement. Some examples of formative assessment strategies include the following. Students can be asked to express in written form their understanding of the English 101 concepts. They can summarize main ideas taken away from your English 101 classes and instruction. Have them to answer a few questions, whether it's a quiz or some other a form of assessment there to help students to show what they know when it comes to English 101. And the last point I'd just like to highlight here is to assign brief in-class writing assignments in 052 that will build into and support the work done in 101. Here's an example of a midterm survey that I use with my students to help me to understand student perceptions about how they're feeling about the course at the midterm, the concepts that they found most helpful, how I might assist them in the second half of the course, and if there's anything else that they're looking forward to learning about in the class that they're hoping that I will cover as their instructor. And this is a really useful tool, again, before it's too late, giving me some feedback that can help me to adjust my instructional practices. This is a formative assessment cycle and how it's represented in ALP. It begins on the left with our course goals and objectives and engages both instructors and students, and then loops into the task, activity, or assignment and strategic formative assessment that's done during this process while students are engaging in our learning activities. And coming out of the feedback loop, we have the opportunity to adjust and adapt our instructional methodologies. Here are the references for the articles used for this particular form. And again, there is an article about formative assessment attached to this form as well. I look forward to receiving your feedback and commentary about how you've used formative assessment in the classroom and how it's worked for you, whether students were receptive, and whether you find it to be controversial as well. Thank you.